Hi everyone, my name is Maor and welcome to my YouTube channel. This channel is dedicated for those of us that are working on their personal or spiritual development and helps them to get them to their next step. Today I would like to give you the energy update that I got for August. So again, for those of you that are following me, every now and then I go into a deep meditation and I simply ask my guides, what can I bring up to this type of channel for the coming months and the different energies. And of course, my energies are synchronized with the energies of the planet, which is going through a transition. Sometimes we have gates of energies that are opening up. Sometimes we feel something that we shouldn't feel, that doesn't belong to us or belongs to a previous lifetime or belongs to a future lifetime that is actually coming up now because we are cleansing ourselves. So these are the things that I got this time. First, be aware of your dreams. What does that mean? It means that first, before you go to sleep, just a minute before you go to sleep, ask to be guided in your dreams, ask to remember your dreams, and ask to be given the translation and the interpretation of your dream in the morning. Now, I tried it several times because I got this message a few days ago. And what I got was really intense dreams that happened first thing in the morning, just when I was waking up. And when I analyzed them, I noticed that unlike the normal weird dreams that I have, these dreams are much easier to be interpreted. And I think that I got this from my guides telling me that this is another way for us to communicate with you right now. And this is another thing that is opening up for everyone else. So this is one of the recommendations I can give you. Just try it out. There's no failure in this. Just a minute or two before you go to sleep, and don't go to sleep completely tired. Go to sleep when you know you need to go to sleep and not when you're whacked out. And ask your guides to show themselves to you in the dream state and to give you the messages that you want to be given, the messages that you can deal with in a very easily interpreted manner. The second thing I got is to be very aware of your dispersed energy. And let me elaborate on that. It has come to my attention lately that some of my energy has been given to certain entities, not necessarily negative entities, that are working with someone that I went to his workshop last year. Now, I understood that being very impressed from this person on stage, and some of you know this person, I committed on an energetic level. My higher self has actually decided to make a contract with some of the entities or beings that are working with him, and they decided to give 30% of my manifestation power to those entities in order for me to create another path. Now, this person is not necessarily on a spiritual path. This person might be more materialistic and maybe more of a lower vibration kind, and therefore I cannot use his entities because I'm working in a high vibration for the service of others and for the future of the planet. And of course, you know, just like Luke Skywalker and every other Jedi has this decision between working with the light and working with the darkness being we call it the fame and fortune path. Meaning that you're going to be given more material possession, you're going to be given more audience, you're going to be adored and loved, and you will fall in that towards the ego and the lack of the self and the lack of service to others. You're going to fall in love with fame and fortune. And when you're giving that choice, you actually have to show and prove that you've chosen the light, the service to others. Doesn't matter what happens. So again, every once in a while, I get to have this sort of choice, and I need to make sure that I make the positive choice for me, of course, because every choice is valid for everybody else. So when I'm talking about the dispersion of energy, I mean that you have probably given your energy to someone else. And all you have to do is to intend to bring all that energy back to you. And what do I mean by that? Just go into a meditative state and tell yourself, anyone that has taken a part of my energy under any contract that I am not aware of maybe, I want you to give me my energy back. I do not want to give my energy out to anybody else. I have the power. I am the one that makes decisions. I am the owner of my life. And intend on doing that. And I mean really intend. Don't just say the words, but actually mean it. Because you want that control. You want your energy to come back to you. So that's the second thing that I got. And the reason for that, when asked why now, is they said that everything is surfacing up. And you're becoming more and more of yourself. And because of that, you need to understand that different parts of you, your different selves, your different past selves, already gave their energies to your parents, some to the ex-relationships that you had, to different colleagues, to different bosses that you might have during your life, and you have a string that connects between you and them. This string is a string of light, and it's a part of your karma. And when you let that string go, you become more detached, you become more of yourself. And what you want right now is to bring all those energies back, to become the best self of you. The one that you think you are, but is actually something other than you, because your true self cannot really be described using words. Another thing I got was unification in a different manner. We all know that we have 7 chakras. Some people learn that we have 9 chakras. I learned that we have even 12 chakras, 7 inside the body, 1 chakra just above the head, 1 chakra to connect us with the energy of the planet, 1 chakra to connect us with the energy of the planet and the sun, 1 chakra to connect us with the energy of the planet, the energy of the sun, and the energy of our galaxy, and 1 that is universal. And that made complete sense to me. But then someone came and told me something very interesting. He told me that in the Scandinavian countries, there was a woman that started a process that unifies everything into 1 chakra. And I said, that makes perfect sense. Why? Because the atom has 1 single core, and the planet has 1 single core, and we have 1 single core in our heart. And it makes sense that a long time ago, we were dispersed into the different chakras. We were broken apart, and every one of them got like this healing center. And yet, none of them together, none of them today are considered the central one. So if we consider our heart to be the central one, and we suddenly connect our third eye awareness, our connection to the divine, our sexuality and grounding, we all connect that to the center of our heart, we become more unified. Things become much more simple. Now, you will notice that the higher the vibration, the simpler things become. The more sophisticated the being is, the simpler he is. For example, if we look at monks, what they want is to have more minimalism in their life. They will take away women, they will take away food, they will take away even their clothes and even their hair, to have everything as simple as possible. This is also the reason, by the way, that you will have less words to describe positive things in English or in any other language that you speak than you have the words to describe negative emotions. So you have anger and stress and sadness and pissed off and ignorant, but you'll have less to describe love, awareness, unity, simplicity, straightforward, honesty. You will see that. It's in the dictionary. It's really, really easy to see that as well. So the higher we go, the simpler things become for us. You will also notice, for example, when we do the PRANIC living initiations, one of the things that students need to understand is that they need to erase and unlearn a lot of things that they've learned so far. All the different rules about health that has come from nutrition suddenly disappear. 2 liters of water a day, and vitamins and minerals, and all of stuff, because they become more simple. The lifestyle becomes much more simple with everything that is entangled in it. So when you start thinking about yourself, working with the unified chakra, and again, it is a process that you need to go through. Some people need, it's called aura transformation, but it actually takes all the 7 chakras in the body and squeezes them into 1. And in order for you to reach that 1, again, like from the second thing that I told you, you need to bring out all the different parts and all the different energies back to a central point in your chest. Now, what I've noticed when I breathe in energy, I used to breathe in energy more from the mind and more from my 7th chakra. And now when I breathe in through the heart. And it really makes me feel more. You know, when you feel empowered, when you feel the energy of the universe, when you feel love, you know, it all comes now from the heart. Now that I did the aura transformation, and now that I have the unified chakra. So again, one of those things that I was given was the understanding that everything should become much more simple for you. And if it doesn't work out for you, you should really consider changing the way you think about it or changing your lifestyle. Because this is the time of the path of least resistance. And everything that has been difficult for you in your life, you should reconsider it. You should readjust. You should think about it again. Do I need to be here? Do I need to be with this person? Do I need to be in this job? And if the first answer that comes up is no, maybe you should do something about it. Maybe you haven't done something about it so far because you haven't been dealing with your fears. The next thing I got is that as we are ascending, as the vibration is increasing, the planet and on personal level, especially with the light workers, if you understand that already on the concept of wanderers and light workers, the more we become aware of our patterns. And I got that this month has a special energy that makes us more aware of our patterns and helps us reduce the negative patterns in our life. Once we become aware of the patterns, it's easy for us to transcend them, to see the addictions, to realize that we don't need it anymore. You know, this person, this character, this very, very short lifespan of one of our personalities, that's the person that we see in the mirror. So they have an addiction, they have a habit, they have a negative concept or a negative belief, a repetitive habit that is not necessarily good for them. And then we can just become aware of it and let it go. And there's a lot of different ways of letting it go. But the fact of the matter is that the more aware you become, in the beginning the universe is going to pinch you, and then it's going to shove you, and then it's going to pretty much grab you by the shoulders and go, whoa, wake up. You have to change this pattern if you want to wake up. Okay, and you know this already. Everyone has these patterns, these negative behaviors, and now it's the time to shed those patterns and just simply let them go. Become more of who you are. And trust me, in the beginning, the thought of it, the fear of it, is more painful than the letting go itself. Because after you will change that, you will understand why the universe was nagging you about it. And why now you feel much more in tune, much more where you are, you know, present. And the last thing I got, and of course this immediately I feel the unified chakra open up when I talk about this, is the service. Service to others. Now, I don't know how many of you have already realized that when we are donating, when we are giving our time, when we are giving our attention to positive thoughts about other people, about the planet, to actually serving in a physical manner by our actions, but sometimes it's just about our beliefs, we feel much better. And maybe this was personal for me because I always think about how I can serve more or how I can do more. Actually, it's becoming even an annoyance for me because every time I think about something, I see that I'm selfish in thinking about myself and not about others. So some people do it by a YouTube channel or by just smiling at people in the street. Everybody has a different way. Being a better person. Service to others compared to service to self. Now, when I'm talking about service to others, I'm already telling you that this is our future. The higher the vibration goes, the more you are in service, the more you understand that the little materialistic things that you used to want, you know, a better camera, a relationship, more money, all those things, the moving between the wanting to the having, and the having is in service. Because again, like in the beginning, when you reach that state of indifference, that the negative things in life and the positive things in life really have a very, very small impact on your emotional and spiritual state, you become more aware that you want to serve, and you understand that there are other people that are miserable out there that you can set a good example for, and you choose to serve in the best way that you feel is best for you. You can serve just by being a good mother. You can serve by just being a good example for others around you, by not judging. You cannot go and compel people to be like you or to see the way life is just like you see it. And that was the last thing I got. That was like kind of like, Ray, this is really opening now. There's an energetic gate that is opening that is going to accept more people that are from the serving others type. Now, everything is acceptable, every option is valid, and yet we know that the train has already left the station, and the time to switch between trains or train tracks or different worlds or futures is coming to an end. And now is the time to make that choice. If you are the type of person that is going towards service to others, you should pronounce it out loud. You should say to yourself, you should understand that it's a choice that has to be a conscious choice, using our intention, using our will. So again, thank you very much for watching me. My name is Maor. If you enjoy this video, like it or even share it. And I will see you in the next video. Namaste.